of our recipients.
Yeah.
She's Katie.
So she's a surrogate.
She's a surrogate mom. So basically what she'll do is carry a pregnancy for someone else.
Yeah.
That usually is just a competition mare or a mare that for a reason or another the owner doesn't want pregnant but wants a foal out of. On this ovary she has a nice corpus luteum, which means that she has ovulated already, so she's definitely cycling now. And then she also has a follicle which we'll measure. It is 26 millimeters, so it's not yet a really big follicle. It's what we would call maybe a medium follicle. So at this moment the mare is not in season. What we need to do in order to breed her is bring her back in season, which means that we can use hormones, in this case prostaglandins, to short cycle her, and then she should be in season between 5 to 7 days after we give her the injection. What we do for most of our day is try to make sure that her cycle matches the donor's cycle. So the donor is the mare that obviously is going to donate the embryo, and what we want to do is make sure that they are both in season at the same time, basically, and that most importantly that the recipient will ovulate just a day or two after the donor. To live.
It won't be happy.
We had a total of about 90, but now we have only about 40-45 because the other half is out falling. Because we offer different services, we offer mares to come here to be bred, but also, you know, they can walk in, be bred at home and then walk in just for the flash and transfer, or they can even ship the embryo. So if they walk in or ship the embryo, the key is that they have a close communication with me, because otherwise I don't know.
Can you know when the mare is actually conceiving, or do you prefer it to be an AI covering so you know exactly?
No, we did one last year with natural cover.
Yeah.
The main thing is that you have a reasonable time frame to work with. So usually what happens if you natural cover them, you induce ovulation, so you know roughly when they will ovulate, or you check them every day and then you tell me what's the day of ovulation for ET. It doesn't matter for normal pregnancy because one day might not change much.
You very precise, don't you?
Yeah, well, one day can make the difference if you are in the wrong day.
Yeah.
You know, between 6 and 7, the difference might be that at 6 I may find nothing, whether at 7 is much easier, or between 8 and 9. At 9 the embryo might be really fragile, so even if I get it then it won't survive.
Yes.
So if you have frozen semen that's say 15 years old, it doesn't matter?
No.
It should be as good as when it was tested and first frozen?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as when they froze it, you know, they froze something, like they did it with in the right way. The only thing, yeah, no, exactly. So I can tell you that in the last, you know, maybe 10-15 years, the technique has improved lots, but there is no reason why, if the semen was good 15 years ago, shouldn't be good now. I was reading a little study, and they were saying that for the first cycle, with any kind of mare, any kind of semen, any kind of everything, is about 45%, which is not very high, but you need to consider that it depends on the age of your mare, what kind of semen you used. So if you have a young mare and very good semen, your rate actually goes to 90%. You know, if you have an old maiden mare, like 16 plus, and you're breeding her with frozen semen that maybe is not even very good, then your pregnancy rate goes, like your recovery rate goes down. So we always advise, you know, if you can, do it when the mares are young, because obviously, like people, are more fertile, right?
And is the embryo frozen when you receive it, or just?
No, it's just chilled. You can freeze them, but The technique is not very well developed yet, so you can do it, but you have a significant loss at transfer. We want them the same day. You can do it next day, but again you lose a significant percentage of pregnancies. They don't do as well if they wait more than 24 hours. Really, England is not that big, so we usually get them in 6-7 hours maximum. The shorter the better.
This is Samford Amethyst, a Suffolk mare, and that is her yearling called Twemlows Diamond. She is 5 years old and was bred by Mr. George Paul in Suffolk at his Samford stud. And the foal is by Euston Malachite, who stands in Norfolk. Here at Twemlows Stud, we've always felt that we should do all we can to help the rare breeds. This obviously applies to us as far as rare breeds of horses are concerned, but not just Suffolk's. As Tullis, with his AI, had an award for the work he's done for the Rare Breed Survival Trust. Those of you who watch Countryfile will have seen her there. She was used on the Countryfile programme, who came to do a story about rare breeds here at Twemlows Hall. You may be wondering why Amethyst has had her tummy clipped. Well, because we have such veterinary expertise here, we're very fortunate to be able to do that little bit extra. And she has had a scan from the outside to ensure that her foal, due on the 1st of July, is lying in the correct position.